Okay, so if you had something like this, all you would have to do, all it needs to do is actually be flipped. It's just the way that this graphic seems to work in the pattern. So I'm going to transform it, and I'm going to flip it horizontally. Then I move it over and it actually lines up perfectly right there. Then I would copy it 2 more times. Okay, so that's my fence that I wanted to have. And then there's my flag. Well, what do I want to do with my flag? Okay, so currently I'm going to hide the fence. So here's my flag. How do I get rid of this harsh piece here? Because it's nice and kind of here, and it looks like the edge of a flag, and then it's really harsh with that line. It's because it was cut off in the original. What you can do is just erase part of it, but have a really soft brush. Okay. Eraser. Brush. I gotta get on the correct layer. That's why it wasn't working. Probably the size of my brush needs to go down a little bit. If I zoom in, I'll show you. But you want to use your eraser a little bit just on the edge. Not too much, but you want it to have like a soft flow. This is another way when you're bringing items in to have, if you're bringing in, let's say you're bringing in a person and they're floating in the sky. You cut out the person, you bring them in. If you don't want this really harsh edge, you have to take this eraser with a soft tip brush and go across here just the tip and really start to blend out those edges. But you don't want to lose your whole thing, but you want to blend it out so it's not so obvious to the viewer. Okay? And so if it looks awkward from everything else, then do it all around all the edges if you wanted to. Okay? Or don't use some of them I suggest a hard brush or soft brush. Others, you want to do more like this so it matches the rest. So it's not a hard brush, but it's a squiggly line like the size of this, and that works. But then I want to remember before I talked about this thing called opacity, where you want something to be transparent, where you can see through another layer. Because I want the flag to be there, but I don't want it to block everything. So over here on your layer palette is opacity. Okay? This is what really how to tie things in together. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to change my opacity a little bit. You can decide how you want it to be, and then you can move it. Maybe I decide I want it to be even a little bit bigger. So you transform. I just did a shortcut, Command-T. You go to a corner, hold Shift. You can make it bigger. You can turn it.